Sana, this week on Inimba, we see the return of Zolega. Zolega is officially back, and now she will come back whilst Ostrebo is attending a ceremony of Oazande. Listen, the look on Ostrebo's face after not seeing the love of his life for a while. You can tell when a man really misses his wife. So proud of Azande. I cannot say this enough. Kesana. This is really proof that it's never too late for anything in life. Azande was mocked and made fun of for so many years. And right now, he is deciding to take a stand and say enough is enough by being mocked. He is going to initiating a school, and I am extremely happy for him because he made the right decisions. Now we get to see that also Lwandle will decide to face the Mabandla family and come and apologize. We don't know how will his apology be received by the Mabandla family, but it clearly shows that it will trigger Uyanga. Poor Yanga has just been through so much and she deserves a break. Okay, a lot has been happening in her life right now. I'm like, okay, let's give Yanga some break right now. Let's give Yanga a huge break. But here comes Lwandle, whom wants to apologize and perhaps clear his conscience over what happened that day, especially because he took a crucial decision to leave the scene and not be part of it. Oh, Yanga, my babe, ziyakukhalela ngoku. And you have definitely forgotten that you were thanking him for being gentle. Anyway, I do sympathize with Yanga, especially because she says she does not remember what happened. You know, she feels like it was blocked out. She does not remember much. And she insists that really nothing happened beyond a kiss. And honestly, I do believe her, you know. And even Udabs suggest that Yanga could have been drugged on that day. But also when you look at Somala, you're like, does he have it in him to drug someone, you know? Like, it's not really convincing that he have it in him to drug someone. But when Yanga says, listen, I am innocent, I did not do this, I honestly do believe Uyanga. But yeah, it seems like right now, this is not Yanga's year. It's definitely not Yanga's year. She has been nothing but a problematic child. I guess it has to do with being a teenager. Firstly, she was acting up, you know, when her parents were going through a divorce. Now, this happened on her matric dance. Now, Somala coming to Yanga's house to explain her side of the story was kind of foolish of him, I must say. I give him stupidity, foolishness. Because I'm like, baby, why would you do that? You know, why would you come to Yanga's house to explain? What are you explaining exactly? But it does seem like Brother Justice will not take it easy as soon as he finds out that his son was given some feast, you know, by the Mabandla family. So I don't know if he will open the case, but something in me tells me that Brother Justice will most likely open the case because Hlazi being Hlazi, he will also fight with Brother Justice and be like, hey, now kwakho andikoyi kisana. We all know how Hlazi is. Sana, I feel sorry for Yanga, like I really do. We all know how it feels like to be a teenager, especially when you turn 18 and it's a matric dance. You finally feel like, oh, I'm an adult. I've been waiting to be an adult my whole life. So honestly, I understand that Yanga made a mistake and probably trusted wrong people. It happens when you are young, you know, it really does happen. But I really do feel sorry for the hard time that she is getting from her parents. Younger and everybody else, I must say that I am very grateful that I'm not from a Mabandla family, or a family that is like the Mabandlas. Listen, if something happened, your parents should discuss it with you, not the Mabandlas. They will always call a family meeting on you. Your auntie will be there, your uncle will be there, your grandmother, like everyone will be there. Like, that's just so embarrassing on its own. But yeah, I am like, oh, you guys are giving Yanga a hard time. At this point, she really does need a huge hug, and someone who will say, you know what, I was once young myself, and I know how easily teenagers can make stupid mistakes. And sometimes they do make a mistake that just cost you your life, but that's just part of being a teenager. So yeah, Uyanga does insist though that nothing happened between her and the boy. Nothing escalated further than just a kiss. And yeah, guys, according to the world that we are living in today, AI and everything, the technology is too advanced. There is a huge possibility that the video was manipulated to look a certain way. And this is what Yanga is saying. Of course, the Mabandlas are not really convinced. They're like, yeah, Kawe, we don't really trust you. Hey, you could be sticking up with Uyanga, because we have heard Yanga's confession. Yanga does confess that she invited the boy inside the house, and they further on went into her room. Now, to make even matters worse, the same boy Sumala, who's being accused of taking this video and trying to embarrass Uyanga, shows up in the Mabandla family. It does seems like Hlati will lose it and attack the boy. And it does look like Ujustice, Brother Justice Gesana, Tumega's old boyfriend, will show up and try to defend his son, or rather his son, Usomala, and be like, hey, son Hlati, how dare you lay your hands on my son? How dare you, And I don't know how will the Mabandlas find the solution, but I guess we have to stick around and see this week really what happened. Yanga, was Yanga drugged? Because that could be a huge possibility as well, that Yanga was drugged. Now, it's never too late for anything in life. And that's a huge lesson that Azande is about to give us this week on Inimba. So Azande has finally taken a decision to be like, you know what, I'm done with you all always mocking me. Ugba Antiona indonda ngalokhu. I have finally taken this wise, crucial decision to say, you know what, I want to become a man. And according to the Xhosa customs, the only way you become a man in Xhosa is by going to the initiating school. And listen, when I tell you that Azande was like, initiating school is where I'm going, he was like, initiating school is where I'm going. So proud of Azande Kesana. This is a huge, big lesson that really it's never too late for anything in life, okay? It really does not matter at what age do you do whatever that you are doing, okay? As long as you're doing it, as long as you are improving yourself and by doing something. So yeah, guys, we'll also see a bit of Zondo drama. I must say that Zondo drama is always cold to me. Give me the Mabandla drama any day, any hour. I am here for the Mabandla drama. But yeah, the Zondos will be having a bit of their own drama, father and son drama. It does seem like Mr. Zondo will not be getting along with his son. I mean, they've not been getting along for the longest time. That's why I'm saying, yeah, this drama is just going to be cold. And that's that. Hi, Utomega never seems to amaze me. Now she is jealous that Hlati is trying to build a small relationship with baby Bavumile.
And you can tell that she wants that for herself. Listen, Tsumega will go ahead and tell this man that they should try for a child. And this comes after she saw pictures of Tlati with a baby Bafumile. This woman's jealousy, like, I can't even call her jealousy right now. I just want to call her Delulu because that's exactly what she is. Now, one thing that is coming up on Nimba this week, it is Yanga's metric dance. Listen, when I tell you that Yanga ate with that dress, Yanga ate. But it is said that, of course, there will be drama in Yanga's metric dance. Sana, I like the fact that Tlati went out of his way trying to provide all that Yanga needs for her metric dance and make it special for her. Oh man, I was like, okay, Tlati, I see you now. Okay, stopping to put your ego first and putting your children's needs first. That is first, okay? But yeah, it is said that there will be big drama in Yanga's metric dance. We also will see Lwandle coming back to Inimba. It seems like he has been released from prison. Mawethu ain't playing Kesana. He is negotiating partner within the Zondo Technologies. I'm like, you go Mawethu, okay? Go after what you know you deserve.
Oh, Mara, the Mabantlas, they really have a way of getting under my skin. No. Because tell me why each and every time when I see them, I'm just annoyed. Tlati and his brother. So, Zethu finally agrees that, you know what, the damages should be paid. They show up and they're like, you know what, we are happy to come and pay the damages. And this whole thing is not gonna reduce value from Zethu. It's just our customs. Fine. And they go and say, you know what, we are not just willing to pay damages, we are also ready to pay lobolo for the child because we really want the child to use the Mabandla surname. You know what, I am so happy that Zethu stood on business. I was like, stand on business, babe. She was like, no, that's not happening. The baby is mine. Because what do you mean? You think Zethu is just a baby machine, baby maker? She's gonna go through 9 months of carrying a baby and never even get to raise that baby as her own child because now everything is all about the Mabandlas. I was just like, Zethu, I'm here for you, baby girl. Please stand on business. And I was so proud of her. She was like, that ain't gonna happen, okay? But I do see another problem coming whereby Uxolani will be asking to marry Zethu because he has expressed that he really likes Zethu and he really wants to be in Zethu's life. Uthandeka and Tumega's relationship, honestly, the way that it's getting ruined, it is definitely worrying me. I'm not gonna lie. They used to be besties, but Uthandeka really tries to put herself down and respect her son's feelings to say, listen, my son has expressed that he cares and he loves Zethu so much. He would want to be part of Zethu and the child's life. And if it means that he would pay lobola, so be it. And Uthandeka, like one day Zethu will be my daughter-in-law, and one day Zethu's child will be my grandchild. Listen, that does not sit well with Utumega. But I'm just like, they are all in one family. It does not matter whose grandchild it is. At the end of the day, it is their grandchild, and that child should be loved accordingly. Like, why should it matter? It's whose grandchild, it's not, you get, like, why should it matter? Why should it matter? But unfortunately, it does. It does. For some reason, it matters. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm over Utumega. I feel like Uthandeka tried her best, you know, but Utumega and her ego. And shame that they're still going to be disappointed a lot because I do feel like Uxolani at some point will have no choice but to support his son Uxolani, and shame Mandla Utlati will be disappointed a lot. Osana Zethu meant a business when she said she does not understand the damages because as soon as her mom Fikile insisted, Zethu was like, listen, bye, I'm out of your house, and she went straight to Xolani. Now Zethu is in a bad condition as she is just recovering from her C-section, so of course she collapsed on Xolani's house. And luckily, Uthandeka is there to help out. Such a good woman, Matans, honestly speaking. And I feel like Zethu not being heard in this whole situation, it's so unfair. Hlanti and Utulani, they are thinking about it in their way that will be beneficiary towards them, forgetting that Zethu is a whole human being who have emotions, and she should be allowed to express her emotions as well. But as soon as Ufikile was like, okay, we're not gonna talk about just in Tlaulo only. We have to also talk about the fact that Ulinkamva died while he has promised marriage to Uzet. We have to talk about that as well. I did saw Hlathi's facial expression being a bit uncomfortable. And yeah, I don't know what was Figile's intentions as well. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I am also like a bit uncomfortable with the question. I'm just like, Figile, what is your intentions? But I am assuming Uguti, Xolani will be the one to honor that wish, If they are paying a whole lobola for Uzethu, at least it should be for Xolani. Like, I don't know. Luckily, Uzethu does not mind to the idea of getting married towards Xolani. So I don't know if Uthandeka and Xolani will be able to explain Uzethu, because Uzethu is really having a hard time to understand damages or the importance of damages. So I'm thinking Zethu and Thandeka will, not Zethu, rather Xolani and Thandeka will try to explain to her. But also, if she honestly does not want it, she does not want it. She just wants to raise her child in peace, and she should be allowed to do so. Zethu have made one of the most difficult decisions, which is to keep the baby, even though it imposes danger upon her life. Now, it is said that Zethu needs a critical surgery so that she would be able to carry the baby to full term. Now, the families have been fighting. The families have been on each other's throats fighting. Hlanti and Thumeka offered to pay for the surgery, but Zethu is like, no, okay? Not when you are disrespecting my mom, okay? You are very much disrespectful. That's not how I will accept your help from you guys, because Zethu also feels like, should she allow the Mabandlas to help her, later on they will claim the baby. They will claim that the baby is theirs simply because they paid for the surgery. Now, what I like about Zethu is that she can respectfully disagree with her mom, with her mom's parenting style. Like, her mom have given Zethu so many responsibilities, including taking care of her sister's children. But Zethu will not allow anyone to disrespect her mom. Even though her and her mom are not in good terms, she's like, I'm not going to allow the Mabandlas to disrespect my mom. I respect that about Zethu. Now, Lazarus came to Hlathi's house to offer to pay for the surgery. I do feel like Lazarus was overstepping. I feel like Hlatsi was definitely right, even though Hlathi's reasons were a bit off, because Hlatsi end up using the Bavumile also case that, hey, Lazarus, you remember that you took my son from me? You also acted like you are Linkamva's father. Now no, I don't need your help. I do feel like Lazarus overstepped a bit. You are sometimes, allow people to come to you when they need help, especially to come to you and say, hey, listen, I need help. To go to someone and offer help without them asking, especially when you know that you and those people are not in good terms, it is a bit overstepping, okay? I feel like, Lazarus did overstep just a little bit. But at the end of the day, this was not about Hlatsi. It's not about Hlatsi. It's not about how Hlatsi feels towards Lazarus. It is about Zethu. Zethu needs the surgery, and it does not matter where help comes from. So I don't know, guys. I do think because Uzethu did rejected the Mabantla's help, and be like, no, we don't need help from you guys. I do, however,